All right, good afternoon, everyone. It's the afternoon docket, so begin with first appearance docket, and then we'll go to the hearing docket. For those of you who are here for the first appearance, I will let you know if I've determined probable cause, and then we can talk about release conditions, and maybe some of you will be able to resolve your case. If it's misdemeanors or municipal ordinance matters, we will just address those when we get to them. Everything in this courtroom is being recorded and can be used against you at a later time, so you just need to keep that in mind before speaking on the record. All right, for this afternoon, let's begin with Alexandra Raldris Torres.
North Broward.
Thank you. Ms. Torres, you're before the court for one charge of DUI, alcohol or drugs, and I find probable cause.
Your Honor, Ms. Torres indicates to me that she's been living here since 2005. She works at a call center. She also indicated to me that she has never been arrested before. And in fact, I'm on the phone with her mother right now.
Okay.
Her mother indicates to me she's going to need some more information from Alexander before she can post her bond. In light of the fact that she has no criminal history, Judge, I'd ask you to consider releasing her on her own recognizance.
My concern, I don't see any history. My concern is, and while the officer didn't charge her with this, she did have an enhanced breath.
She would abide by a condition of bond or a condition of being released that she not consume any alcohol.
Well, I don't know Ms. Torres that well, so I don't know. I can ROR to pretrial supervision with random drug testing.
Ms. Torres, would you rather your mother bond you out, or would you rather report the pretrial release tomorrow and abide by their conditions?
My mom bought me out.
Okay. All right, I'm going to ask the deputy to keep you there. I need to speak to you again, okay?
All right, you have a $500 bond. Kathleen O'Donnell.
Also North Broward.
Ms. O'Donnell is before the court on charge number 1 is DUI, alcohol or drugs. Number 2 is DUI with a breath level greater than .15. Number 3 and 4 are traffic infractions not for magistrate, careless driving, and open container. I find probable cause.
Judge, I'm going to be asking you to consider pretrial release for Ms. O'Donnell. I don't know if the state has an objection to that.
Excuse me,
She
Your Honor.
posted?
Oh, your bond has already been posted.
All right, your bond has been posted, Mr. O'Donnell. Okay. All right, good luck. Juliet Delafleur. All right, so Ms. Delafleur is before the court on one
Yes,
charge
please,
of
Deputy.
touch or strike
Thank you so
battery.
much.
I find probable cause. I've been advised her bond has been posted. I am going to order
Okay,
no
Alexander,
victim
your mom needs the
contact.
PIN number for your credit card.
Okay. Or
2539.
Angela
Okay,
Wells.
call your mom back and she's going to come get you. Okay, good luck.
Just a moment. Okay, Ms. Wells is before the court on one charge of grand theft auto,
Hi, Nelda, it's Brian.
and I find probable cause. Does Ms. Wells have any priors?
Yes, but her last felony was a 2012 grand theft, Judge.
2012. All right, so she has a $1,000 bond, Mr. Romero? losing my voice for some
And
reason.
I'm going to be contacting her sister to post her bond.
Okay,
Good luck, man. I'll call your sister Dominique after this.
all right, Ladronica Hankerson. Okay,
Bonded?
Nicole Roderick.
North Broward, I believe.
All right, Ms. Roderick, you're before the court on one charge of possession of PVP. And I find probable cause.
Your Honor, Ms. Roderick indicated to me that if the court would sign a property order, she can have access to her possessions and the self-bond.
Okay, I'll sign that order.
Thank you, Judge. Good luck, Ms. Roderick.
Linda Lupo,
Broward.
she bonded? Okay. All right, Ms. Lupo, you're before the court, one charge of possession of cocaine, number two, possession of drug paraphernalia, number three is a misdemeanor capias. I find probable cause, and I've been advised by confinement that your bond has been posted. Okay? All right. You're
Over to
welcome.
downtown Fort Lauderdale.
Will
It's
Grandoit,
right on the river. Okay? Okay, you're very welcome. Good luck. Bye-bye.
all right, Mr. Grandoit is before the court. Charge one is driving while license suspended. Number two is unlawful speed, which is not for magistrate, that's a traffic infraction. Number three is violation of misdemeanor probation, and that judge issued a $5,000 bond. It's on a DUI with property damage charge. His bond was just posted? All right, so your bond has been posted as well, sir. What happens to, is the VOP hearing then still on for tomorrow, or is that? Okay, all right. All right, good luck, sir. Polly George,
George, come on up. Mr. George is approaching judge. He
Did he
did
bond?
not sign up for the public defender's office. He's
All
gonna
right.
hire his own attorney.
his bond has been posted. So Mr.
Sir, the judge is speaking to you.
Mr. George, you're before the court on one charge of DUI, alcohol, or drugs. Number two is refusing to submit to DUI test. Number three is careless driving. I find probable cause for these charges, sir, and your bond has been posted, okay?
Correct, sir, thank you.
All right, John Wilson,
Mr. Wilson, come on up.
the bond posted? All right. All right, Mr. Wilson, you have a KPS that's before the court. This KPS is from November 8th of 2018, and the judge issued a $25 bond. I've been advised that your bond has been posted, but I want to say to you that you need to find out when your court date is so that you can go to court so you don't have another KPS. Do you understand what I just said, sir?
Yeah, we can't resolve it right now because the bond's posted?
Well, that's up to you. You can resolve it if,
Yeah, time, whatever we do to get it over with. I know it's small.
okay. All right, it is a municipal ordinance violation, so I'll sentence you to time served if you wish to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. Mr. Wilson, do you understand, that this is that once the case is resolved today, it'll be over, and you won't have to come back to court? You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is anyone forcing you to resolve your case?
No, ma'am.
Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
You understand you have the right to go to trial, but by taking a plea today, you are giving up that right.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever been treated for mental or emotional illness?
No, ma'am.
And do you understand, sir, that if you're not a U.S. citizen, that by taking a plea today it could subject you to deportation or immigration changes?
Yes, ma'am.
And the court cost on this is 78. All right, and so you'll have a court cost of $78. Okay.
Okay.
So, what plea do you wish to enter at this time?
No contest.
All right, I accept your no contest plea. I find that it's freely and voluntarily given, and your sentence is adjudication and time served. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Rufus Williams.
He's approaching Judge. Come on up, sir.
Hey, good morning.
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. You are before the court. This is on a KPS that was issued last November. And so it's a violation of a county ordinance matter.
Yes.
Mr. Williams, do you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll sentence you to time served.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down. And Mr. Williams, you understand the offer that has been extended to you today?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you have the right to go to trial, but by taking a plea today, you are giving up that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever been treated for mental or emotional illness?
No, ma'am.
Do you need any more time to speak with an attorney?
No, ma'am.
You understand, sir, that if you are not a U.S. citizen, that by taking a plea today, it could subject you to deportation or immigration changes.
I understand that, but I'm a U.S. citizen.
Okay, what plea do you wish to enter at this time? Guilty or no contest? I accept your
contest.
no contest plea. You find that it's freely and voluntarily given. Your sentence, sir, is adjudication and time served. Good luck, sir.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. James Brule.
Come on up, sir. He's approaching Judge.
All right, Mr. Brule is before the court on one charge of DUI, alcohol, or drugs. Number 2 is driving while license suspended without knowledge. Number 3 is expired tag, less than 6 months. I find probable cause.
Nothing to add from the defense, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Brule have a $500 bond, okay?
I'll call you right after. All right, thank you.
Deshaun Boyce.
Judge, I've been advised he bonded.
Okay. All right, Shakib Ahmed.
Judge, he is present. He's approaching. He declined the services of public defender. He advised us that he's going to hire and retain his own private attorney.
Okay.
How you doing, Your Honor?
Good afternoon, Mr. Ahmed. Sir, you understand that you are entitled to counsel at this, in this proceeding. Do you-
Okay, Your Honor, actually, I've never been in this predicament before. I just need some guidance. I chose to hire an attorney, but if you were to look at my case, I'm trying to.
All right, Mr. Ahmed, you need to
I just need some guidance.
you just need to, all right, just calm down.
Sorry.
His bond has been posted. All right, Mr. Ahmed, you're before the court on one charge of resisting officer without violence. Number 2 is fleeing, attempting to elude law enforcement. And number 3 is a traffic infraction not for magistrate. I find probable cause. I've been advised that your bond has been posted. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, good luck, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Jamarcus Cobb.
Mr. Cobb, come on up, please. He's approaching, Judge. He's your name.
All right, Mr. Cobb, You're before the court for the first three charges are aggravated battery on an officer or firefighter. Number 4 is possession of a weapon or ammo by a convicted U.S. felon. Number 5 is trafficking in cocaine. Number 7, aggravated fleeing with injury or damage. Number 8, delivery of cocaine within 1,000 feet of a school or place of business. 9, 10, and 11 are felony violations of probation. Those all have no bond holds. And you will see your felony judge on the VOPs tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. I find probable cause as to the other charges.
Judge, this being Mr. Cobb, my understanding, he's been residing in our community his whole entire life. He's 37 years old. He works for a packaging and receiving company where he gets approximately $12.50 an hour. Unfortunately, right now he's only getting part-time hours. He lives here locally in Fort Lauderdale. He's been living at the same premises for 1 year, and his share of the rent is about $500 a month. Now, he's going to be relying on his girlfriend to help post his monetary bond, but she's a hairstylist, so she's not going to be able to afford very much. Her financial resources are limited. So I'm asking you to take that into consideration, determining reasonable release conditions for Mr. Cobb on his bond-eligible offenses.
It would appear that, according to the multiple reports, that Mr. Cobb also has other means of income. Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting on counts 1 through 3, $15,000 each. It would appear to avoid apprehension, Mr. Cobb intentionally drove his vehicle into several different law enforcement officers' vehicles, all while there's reason to believe he's in possession of firearms. While he's a convicted felon, on count 4, I'd be seeking a $10,000 bond. While fleeing from law enforcement to avoid apprehension, he struck at least one motor vehicle that was occupied at the time, Your Honor. I'm requesting $7,500 bonds on 6 and 7. In addition to whatever bonds the court deems appropriate, I'm requesting pretrial release of the GPS monitor, level 2. Your Honor, just so the court is aware, Mr. Cobb was arrested July 2nd of this year on possession of cocaine with intent from 2017. He pled out to 180 days and was just released from county jail September 1st, 2019. It was at that time that he also pled out to a violation of the probation that he's back before the court on for violating, and Judge Merrigan reinstated his probation. Additionally, he has a 2016 attempted tampering with physical evidence that he's also on probation for. 2015 possession of cocaine, PVP, and fentanyl that he's violated probation on. Resisting without violence, 2013, possession of cocaine, 2013. Possession of cocaine, 2011, 15-month state prison. 2010, possession of cannabis with intent to sell, and possession of cocaine, 15-month state prison. Delivery of cocaine, 06, with a VOP, 44 months in Florida State Prison. Possession of cocaine with intent to sell or distribute, 06, VOP, 44-month state prison. Possession of cocaine, 03, and that's under the name Brian Henry, 38 months in Florida State Prison. Possession of cocaine, 03, nothing further.
All right. Charges 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to impose $10,000 bond on each of those. On number 4. Or $5,000 bonds. On number 6 and 7. on each of those. And then he has 7,500 on 8. And if Mr. Cobb posts his bond, he'll be on a level 2 pretrial supervision. And he does have court before his division judge tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. on the VOPs. Okay? All right. Christopher Vanu,
Judge, you remain?
yes. Count 8?
That's the arrest warrant for the delivery with the.
Yes, no, everything, all 1 through 8. Yeah. All right, Mr. Vianu is before the court on charge 1, driving while license suspended. This is third or subsequent offense, and number 2 is a felony violation of probation, which has a no bond hold. I find probable cause. You will see your division judge on the no bond hold for the VOP tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. You have a $750 bond on 1. I find probable cause. Brendan Bushy,
He's approaching, Judge.
his bond has been posted. Okay. All right, so Mr. Bushy, you're before the court. Charge 1 is possession of cocaine. Number 2 is DUI, alcohol or drugs, and 3 and 4 are traffic infractions. I find probable cause, and confinement tells me your bond has been posted.
Oh, awesome, I don't have to call up, it came through pretty fast. Yep, Robert already posted.
Scott Cavan, Kerrigan.
Scott, Karen, come on up here.
Mr. Kerrigan, charge 1 is resisting without violence. Charge 2 is violation of probation, no bond holds. Charge 3 is loitering or prowling. I find probable cause for these charges. You have a $100 bond on 1. On the no bond hold for the VOP, you see your division judge tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Okay? Andre Profit.
Come on up, sir. He's approaching, Judge.
Mr. Profit has 3 charges of false imprisonment. I find probable cause.
Judge, Mr. Prophet's 19 years old, been here his whole entire life. He gets disability. He gets approximately $794 per month. The only person that could potentially post his monetary bond would be his grandmother. Judge, from what he informed me, his grandmother lives in Oakland Park, and she works as a caretaker. So I'm asking you to take that into consideration, determining reasonable release conditions for Mr. Prophet.
Okay.
And also, first ask the court to take in consideration the credit card that he just mentioned that he has. Also,
Oh, we don't know how much money is on the credit
no,
card.
I'm just, there's something. Your Honor, that is true. Your Honor, I do see a juvenile history, 2017 burglary conveyance, 2017 grand theft auto, 2017 burglary of a dwelling or structure causing over $1,000 damage, grand theft auto 2017, strong arm robbery 2018, theft 2018. Your Honor, my other concern, and I'm going to be requesting $5,000 per count. My concern in this case, one, that there's an allegation that he threatened the 3 victims to restrain them in the apartment by threat of arming himself and harming them if they disobeyed him. Also, just the danger that he put these individuals in, considering the circumstances that Mr. Prophet knew the police were looking to get access to the apartment. If they had to, by force, if they had to enter the apartment by force, this definitely put the victims at potential risk.
All right, I am going to impose a $3,500 bond on 1 through 3, okay? No weapons or firearms. And no victim contact. Okay. Luisito Pratt,
Bonded judge. Mr. Cook.
Just have a seat at that.
all right, Mr. Cook is before the court on one charge of possession of cocaine. Number 2 is a municipal ordinance violation. Find probable cause.
Judge, can we see if his bond's been posted?
I would think with the trend that we have today that they would have told us. But anything is possible. It's not showing yet.
He said his friends are working on it, so nothing said whether the friends.
All right, so he has a $1,000 bond, okay? We only have one docket, the felony docket? Okay. All right, so Brian Jean on the hearing docket.
Copy, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Jean is before the court. He was arrested on August 24th. So has the information been filed?
It has, Your Honor, but we filed it as a misdemeanor. He's, that's already been updated by the jail. He's being held on a $25 bond for trespass.
Okay,
I have no objection if the court RORs him on the misdemeanor case. He's already been ROR'd to pretrial release on his felony VOP, so he's gonna have supervision.
okay.
The case number is 199781 MM10A.
All right, so Mr. Jean, the information has been filed as a misdemeanor charge on this case. That is the case where the original charges were dealing in stolen property and grand theft auto. They've only filed a misdemeanor charge now, and so I'm gonna ROR you on this, because I understand that on your VOP, you're also on pretrial already.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'll sign that order, okay? You gotta stay out of trouble and, make good choices moving forward.
Say some more.
Thank you.
All right. Lazaro Prieto,
Copy, Your Honor.
Okay, Your Honor, the information has not been filed. He is entitled to an ROR on these counts. I believe he's still gonna be held no bond as he has a VOP hold out of Dade County. So he'll be transported to Dade.
right? All right, so, is he represented by the Public Defender's Office, Mr. Reedy?
Well, I would imagine if they filed a motion.
Oh, that's true. So you wanna ROR him so he can go to Dade to?
Yes,
handle his-
Judge. Well, this is as long as Mr. Prato understands he's gonna have to come back and resolve this matter.
So you understand, you're entitled to an ROR, but there's a hold for you for Dade County, so you're gonna have to go down to Dade and deal with that case. I don't know what's going to happen in Dade, but if you get out, you still need to come back up to Broward to deal with these charges.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good luck. All right, Danielle Tuff,
How you doing?
I am well, sir. Mr. Tuff was arrested on August 25th.
State has not filed an information on this case, Your Honor. Mr. Tuff is entitled to ROR on these charges.
All right, Mr. Tuff, I'm going to sign the order to release you today, and you need to stay in touch with your attorney so you'll know if you have to come back to court, okay? All right, Richard McAlpin,
He's approached, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. McAlpin was arrested on September 23rd, so he's back for a second look at his bond status.
Got a $1,000 bond on unlawful possession of ID of another 5 or more, 1,000 on methamphetamine possession, and 100 on paraphernalia. He was found he had a backpack where they found 6 debit cards belonging to 5 different individuals. 7 pipes, crack cocaine, methamphetamine glass pipes were found. His history includes 2014 aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, sentenced to 2 years state prison as a habitual offender. In 2015, felony theft 2012, 2 years. Grand theft auto 2012, 2 years. Escape 2010, just under 2 years state prison.
Judge, right now, in speaking to Mr. McAlpin, he did advise me he's working, and from what he believes, his job is still probably holding his job for him. He works at Grind Coffee, which he says is located in between 2nd and 6th in Fort Lauderdale. It's a local coffee shop. He's been there for 5 years working there. He lives locally here in Fort Lauderdale. He rents an apartment. His share of the rent's $250. He advised me he doesn't want to risk losing his job because then he's not going to have the money to pay his rent, and then he'll become homeless. He's asking if the court would consider releasing him on pretrial. He'll abide by whatever conditions the court sets.
He has a residence because I'm at the reports, on the report and booking, all his addresses are listed as at large.
Judge, from what he's advised me, he said he has a residence and it could be verified.
All right, Mr. McAlpin was found with, first he was found hiding behind some crates at Walgreens on Federal Highway. And then he had 1 gram of methamphetamine. And then there were 6 debit cards from from his backpack, all of which belonged to 5 different individuals. Defendant admitted to ownership of the debit cards. And I'm going to deny the ROR and leave his bond in place, okay? Adam Privat.
Mr. Privet is approaching, Judge. Hear me?
All right, so, Mr. Privat was arrested on September 23rd. What do you has, $1,200, $1,225 in bond?
Yes, Judge. Does Your Honor have the PC?
I do.
Reading the PC again, I suspect the court's concerns might have had to do more with the circumstances surrounding the battery on the law enforcement officer than the actual battery on the law enforcement officer itself. He doesn't have a significant history, but like I said, I frankly suspect there may be some mental health issues. I'm not sure.
And Judge, and speaking to Privet, my understanding is his financial situation hasn't changed. He's still financially indigent. He's homeless. There's no one he can contact to help post his monetary bond. So he's asking if the court would consider releasing him.
Yeah, he came through. Yeah, that's
It's interesting, the officer tried to get him to leave, and then he wouldn't leave, and so then they tell him that they're gonna arrest him, and he kept on, he slapped the officer's hand away twice, saying, "I don't know what arrest is." They had to deploy a spray to the facial area to have him,
Should be.
to get him under control. All right, I'm gonna deny the ROR and leave Mr. Privat's bond in place, okay? All right, I don't believe that we have anyone else to address.
No.
I know, there was a day for bonding. All right, thanks, everyone, and I'll see everybody tomorrow morning.